Good morning, my darlings. Excuse me, I am hiding from you a little bit this morning because you are looking at one seriously jet-lagged Josie. Oh my gosh, flew home from Singapore yesterday. It was a 13 hour and 50 minutes, so 14-hour flight, and we were delayed by 5 hours. Oh my gosh, 5 hours in Singapore Changi Airport, which is touted as the best airport in the world. But I think that's because it's connected to the Changi shopping centre where that epic jewel waterfall is. But what they don't tell you is that all of that fun stuff closes at 9:30. Even the fountain stops fountaining. So there was nothing for us to do from 9:30 p.m. until 4:40 a.m, which is when we finally took off. So a little bit tired to say the least. However, on a much more positive spin, I've got the most amazing morning today to recover from the flight. I booked myself in for the Wednesday morning Pilates at Daylesford, which is with CJ, not my usual Chloe or Alex. I have done one of CJ's classes before and she's fabulous as well. So I feel like a reformer Pilates is just going to get my body back to feeling limber again after the flight, because it was pretty uncomfortable. And then things just get better and better. Bamford have so very kindly invited me for a 90-minute signature massage treatment after Pilates, which could not have come at a better time, and I think it's just going to be exactly what I need. So very much looking forward to that. How are we doing time-wise? 8:28. I'm going to head inside, darlings, and then we'll catch up after Pilates and I'll show you the beautiful Bamford wellness space here, because I don't think I've shown it to you before. So, oh, how cozy is this gorgeous cardigan, by the way? It's like a little fleecy cardigan from Beaufort Blake, and it is the snuggliest thing ever because today is grey, it's autumnal, and all the snuggly vibes are required.
As coisas chegam quando passam. Se o que aconteceu de errado, veja bem pelo outro lado, é o que faz você agora. Todas as migalhas do passado vão viver tempo de glória.
Oh my goodness, that was a very tough class, but I feel like exactly what my body needed after the flight. Stretched out and definitely mobilized. I now have got my 90-minute treatment, which I am so looking forward to. I feel like my body is definitely going to thank me for this. Here is my beautiful treatment room. I have just started with a lovely little invigorating foot massage, and I've just chosen my oil based on the senses. I've gone for a lovely relaxing oil, and now I'm going to snuggle up in this bed for the next 90 minutes, try to stay awake, and I'll see you afterwards. Well, we meet again in the car. Oh my goodness, if I could write the perfect remedy for a 20-hour journey, I figured out that with all the transfer to and from the airport and the delay and then getting from the airport back home, it was a 20-hour journey. If I could write the remedy, that would be it. Seriously amazing start to the morning. So I'd done one of CJ's classes in the past when she was covering for Alex, but this class was completely different. It was a real kind of workout on the reformer Pilates, which I did try and film a couple of clips of, but obviously I don't want to get any other class members in the clips. Really good. My body already feels amazing after that. But then, oh my goodness, so 90-minute signature treatment. I just posted some Instagram stories posting rave reviews, because that was honestly one of the best 90 minutes of my entire life. I had a lady called Catherine, and wow, I wrote medium firm pressure. Her pressure was amazing. You know when you just know someone knows what they're doing, presses in all the right places for a little bit of like acupressure. So 90 minutes. starts with a foot ritual with the Bamford salts inside some really nice warm water, very invigorating. She said peppermint is really good for circulation and really good for post-flight, as well as being very awakening for the senses. And then I got to smell some of the oils. I went for a really nice relaxing oil, and then on the super comfy massage bed, oh my gosh, started with a back massage, neck, shoulders, legs, and then I had about 20 minutes reflexology on my feet, which felt divine, absolutely divine. And then flipped over. My favourite bit is when they do a really good neck and top of back and like chest massage when you are lying on your back. She really took her time with that bit, which I loved. And then I was not expecting it. Oh, and I had a rose quartz eye mask on when I was the other way around, which was so lovely, and it just felt really like comfortingly weighted on my face. What next? What was next? Gosh. And then, oh my gosh, and then I was not expecting this, but it actually included a mini facial. If you book this treatment, I would say go with no makeup on, don't wash your hair in advance because you're going to get oil in your hair, which I'm very much okay with, hence the fact that I've just had a shower. Yeah, heavenly facial massage. She used a cleanser and then some really lovely like oily serums to give me a fabulous facial massage. And then a head massage. Oh my gosh. She placed a jade stone on my abdomen as well during the massage, which was meant to be grounding. It also just felt really nice. The bed was heated. Guys, I'm sorry to say it because I love Soho Farmhouse, but that treatment put Soho Farmhouse to shame. I'm sorry Farmhouse, I love you. But that was far superior to any treatment that I've ever had at Soho Farmhouse. It was on par with the treatments at Time, and I have openly said that the Time treatments are my favourite treatments ever, so now we can say Time and Bamford, in particular the 90-minute signature treatment, are officially my favourite treatments. So depending on where you come, when, not if, when you come to the Cotswolds, literally anyone that would listen to me on the plane coming back from Singapore, I was like, you need to visit the Cotswolds because it's the best. Yeah, depending on where you're staying, if you're close to Time or closer to here, could not recommend that any more highly. And if you can, ask for Catherine because she was just so wonderful. Then I had a lovely tea, and as you can see, pouring with rain, but it was so heavenly in their relaxation space, and the Bamford products are so gorgeous as well. So I feel so lucky, so very pampered. Had a nice shower because yes, my hair was full of oil. And now I am going to just drive round because I'm so lazy and I don't want to walk in the rain. I'm going to drive round and pick up some bits for lunch from the farm shop. So what an amazing first day back from holiday. I feel refreshed, I feel wonderful. I've popped on this gorgeous, I took a little full length clip in the changing room, but I noticed that there was someone showering, so I didn't want to start talking. But you can see the length of this gorgeous like emerald green, and it is so soft jumper dress. This again is from Beaufort Blake. I will show you properly later on. I've popped it on with my boots, and I've just had my gorgeous cardigan, which I'm obsessed with, slung over my shoulders as a little bit of extra cozy layer of warmth. This makes me really want to go skiing. It's so snuggly. I'm pretty sure that I do actually have a discount code for Beaufort and Blake as well, in case you're looking for some gorgeous autumnal pieces to add to your wardrobe. So I'll leave that on the screen here, and everything that I'm wearing, as always, everything that I talk about is always linked in the description box down below. Enough chit chat. I'm gonna head into the farm shop. If it's not too busy, I'll take you with me. Normally when I go in straight after Pilates, I'm the only one there, which is wonderful, but it's gone 12 now after my pampering, so we shall see. Oh no, the car park looks very busy. Someone's got the same Defender as us here, and the registration plate is yellow. I wonder whose that is. How close can I park to the door? That is the question. I'm gonna park right here. Well, it's that fun time of year that all the pumpkins and squash from the market garden are out here. Of course, I did grow plenty of my own, but there's a few varieties here which are a little bit different to mine, so I'm gonna definitely pick up a few, but I'm gonna grab them last because they are very heavy. I've just spotted this lovely display in a terracotta urn on this table, and I think it'd be so lovely in our entrance hall. I can definitely create something like this with foliage from the bushes, from the hedgerows. We've got these exact hydrangeas at home. The purple one looks really beautiful. And then they've popped the urn on a tree stump. Pretty sure we can find one of those without looking too far. Some berries again from the hedgerow. So many different kinds of leaves. Beautiful. This little area is looking ultra cozy. Gosh, our fire is kicking out so much heat. Some more Tablescape inspo. I've got this tablecloth at home, so this is perfect for an autumn tablescape. Take a screenshot of this if you wanted some info on the Daylesford floristry workshops coming up. Oh darlings, it is a good day. Not for my hair, as we can tell, but they have brought back the chai lattes at Daylesford, which is quite literally my favourite drink in the whole world. I'm pretty sure I'm close to being able to figure out how to do it myself at home, but it is such a treat. Oh, that's extra good. I've waited all summer for this. Okay, Sherlock's podcast going back on, and I will show you my Daylesford haul when we get home. Oh dear, we have got a tree down in the lane. I'm not sure if I should go up onto here. Well, my darlings, made it home in one piece, despite the massive, not even branch, entire tree that had fallen down on the lane. I think I've mentioned only recently, probably only the vlog before we went to Singapore, that you do have to allow a little bit of extra time when driving around the lanes here, because you never know what you're going to find. It could be a combine harvester creating a traffic jam, or it could be a tree in the road. If I'd have taken the Defender, it would not have been a problem, but I didn't want to scratch my lovely car, so I did end up getting out and helping the farmer to move some of the smaller of the branches so that the cars could drive a little bit into the verge and around. Got home safely, and actually a few hours have since passed. I have been doing a little bit of email admin work catch up since we last spoke, hence the change into super comfy attire. I have been living in this jumper lately. It is so cozy and soft, and I also feel fairly smart and chic when working from home in this. It is another gorgeous piece from Beaufort and Blake. They are very quickly becoming one of my favourite brands to wear, both at home when relaxing and also when out and about. So I will leave all of these bits linked down below. I just think the colour is so gorgeous. It's the perfect kind of dusky, pinky rose shade and the perfect amount of bobble, the perfect bobbliness. But anyway, since before Singapore, or during the time I was in Singapore, there have been a few little updates here at the house, which I am now going to show you. It was pouring with rain earlier, and now it's absolutely glorious, so I think we might even head down to the pumpkin patch, which is in the farm across the field that normally does the sunflowers. I just messaged the farmer on Instagram to see if we can do that, but hopefully we can do a little walk with the boys before dinner. But before we go there, let me show you a stretching sausage. Oh, what is that on the carpet? Oh, Mummy, don't be silly. It's just a leaf. Oh, it's a leaf that you're going to protect, is it? Is that not just any leaf? Is it Dexy's leaf? Oh, he's not letting me get it. Look. Are you protecting your leaf? Are you going to growl at me if I try and take your leaf? Look what Mummy's got. Is that Dexy's leaf? Are you protecting it? Look. Oh, he's so delicate. You're such a flirt. Where's your leaf, chicken nugget handling? Where's your leaf? Whatever floats your boat, my boy. Whatever floats your boat. Can Mummy have it? No. Speaking of leaves, this is my Autumn Crunch bouquet from Flowered, now probably 4 weeks old, and it still looks amazing. I didn't even take the roses out this time. I probably should. In fact, I'm going to do that now, because the roses, to be honest, they just shrivel up and get lost amongst the rest of it. And I would say that if you just remove some of the greenery, leaving the hydrangeas, the leaves and the poppy heads, normally I'd recommend taking these out and drying them somewhere like an airing cupboard. But actually, with zero effort required, this entire bouquet has dried out very beautifully. You right there, bun? Right, I keep getting distracted. Yes, by you. What I wanted to show you was the newly painted pantry. So Andrew has been a busy bee while I have been in Singapore, and hopefully you guys spotted in the last vlog we actually allowed Dexter and Dickens to choose the colour in here, and I think it looks really lovely. I know the brand is Edward Bulmer, which received glowing reviews from Andrew, who is very selective with which paint brands he likes, but he said that it went on absolutely beautifully and the finish is gorgeous. I think next to the oak beams, and if you've not seen in here before, this is where we keep our boots and our wellies, our wax jackets, our dog leads. This is a very old well. There is water down there, along with a lot of spider webs. We don't use it. Actually, I don't even know if it would work. Obviously it wouldn't, because the water would come out here and splash onto the glass. But yeah, I think it looks really, really great. Charlie has found some new artwork. I really want him to do a blog post on his favourite places for sourcing antiques. Maybe I can get him to do that soon. I really like this still life, which I think we're going to put up on the wall here. I wonder if we should paint the frame the same colour as the wall, or would that be a little bit weird? And then this one is going to go, I think, just as you walk into this room. Gosh, what a glorious evening, although it's showing how dirty my windows are. But what do you guys think to the colour? Obviously it was just magnolia colour before, so this is a lot more exciting. We've kept this little area here white, because otherwise it just became quite a dark corner. This is of course Dexter and Dickens' bedroom. They are making all kinds of sound effects. Sounds like I live with a pack of warthogs. Exactly. Do you want to come in the garden with your mummy? Should we go and check on our pumpkins? Shall we go and check on our pumpkins? Come on. Speaking of which, here's my Daylesford pumpkin haul. I'm going to take these into the greenhouse because they really like to be kept outside, even if you pick them. Keep your pumpkins outside, and when the stalk goes brown, that is when they are fully cured, I guess would be the word, whereas these are still green, so we need to harden them off a little bit more in the greenhouse. Blue skies over there, but looking a little grey and ominous down here, but the border is still looking sensational. Honestly, putting in this herbaceous border was the best thing I think we ever did for this garden. Can you believe it just all used to be grass? Now look at it, even in the middle of autumn. Now, any gardening experts that may be watching this, I'd love your advice, please. Are we beyond the point now where tomatoes will ripen? Because I have a feeling that this, what would you call it, vine selection pod has not changed since before I went to Singapore. So I'm wondering if tomatoes are done now. Are we now reaching too cool a temperature? Or should I give them a feed? I'm going to wait until this video goes live and see if any of you guys can answer me that before I put these on the compost heap. Ooh la la! My dwarf pea shoots that we put together at Le Manoir are doing well. So these are at a size where they'll be really good for popping on dishes, on salads. And then here, this is my metal wreath making frame. This weekend hopefully I'll have time to make a nice autumnal wreath. In here you can see the function of these, I'm not gonna lie, fairly ugly plastic containers, is to keep the moisture within this area, so you don't need to water your seedlings if you want to do micro herbs. Again, these are ones which we planted at Le Manoir. Actually, do you know what, it's almost too soggy in here. But my red mustard is doing well, my basil has done very well, as have my nasturtiums. Oh, I wasn't expecting that. I'm actually going to take this lid off now. I might message August, who took the class, to get her opinion, but I think that if I don't... Oh, whoa! Yeah, I have a feeling, see here, the soil has gone mouldy. But considering I've not touched these for... How long ago is that? 2.5 weeks? I'd say that's really impressive. So these are mustard leaves, so I think we can add that. For example, we're going to do a nice chicken dish tonight. I think we could add them into there. So I've taken a little bit of inspo from the Daylesford home store and I've popped all of my gourds in this trug. I think I might take a couple of photos in here tomorrow with them, and then I will probably just lay them all out on the windowsill. I still don't want to give you a wide shot of the greenhouse because it's still rather messy in here. I feel like until I get my shelves put up, there's just stuff where it shouldn't be, which makes me very annoyed because I can't wait for it to be perfect in here. But yeah, here is my gourd selection. Oh my god. Oh gosh, how tragic am I? Okay, so here we are outside in my very own pumpkin patch. These are the white ghost pumpkins, despite what the sign might tell you. See, this I feel is now in a position or a rate of growth where it can be snipped because the bit that's feeding the pumpkin has gone brown. Now, I don't know why some of them are going a bit yellow because they're meant to be white pumpkins. I think they may have caught a bit of a tan from the sun. I genuinely think that's what it might be, but if any experts are watching, please correct me. My beans are looking monstrously huge. I definitely need to pick the rest of my beans because I think these are probably going over. That doesn't look like it's going to be too tasty because it's just too darn huge. I reckon all of these ones can probably be harvested now too. My giant courgette, definitely now a marrow, and the ridiculously huge one under here. These little pumpkins, yeah, to be honest, I think these are probably about ready to be harvested as well. The same with these little zombie pumpkins. The white ghost ones definitely did the best this year. Let's have a little look at my cut flower area. Everything is very overgrown. You can tell I've been away for a week. Oh my gosh. The mess after the storm. This is what happens when it's super windy in a very overgrown cut flower garden. This is just reality of if you go on holiday, or sorry, on a work trip for a week, and then you have a windstorm. Oh dear. I need to spend a couple of hours down here, but I'm just not going to be able to do that until the weekend. It's devastation down here, darling, after the wind.
Really?
Yeah, look, all the cosmos have blown over.
Well, look, I mean, we've had a good run.
We've had a good run.
I think they needed to be cut sooner.
Darling, I was cutting them all summer.
No, I know, but this is
just the last couple of weeks, yeah.
And you know,
beautiful.
I think. Do you know what I was thinking?
What were you thinking, darling?
I had a bit of a brainwave. We ultimately.
Are we still allowed to say brainwave? Oh, no, it's brainstorm that you're not allowed to say, isn't it? Mind, what is it called? Mind map?
Shower.
Thought shower, okay.
No, I think even a thought shower, then you were banned. Anyway, welcome to the UK, 2022.
How to be politically correct with Josie and Charlie.
I was thinking that, which is dangerous, I was thinking that with all the flowers we have, and with the fact that Jack is very involved in the village, maybe sometimes we could say to her, because I think we need to cut much more regularly.
Oh my gosh, I know, but in the summer I was literally cutting every morning.
What I was going to say is maybe we could donate flowers to the church and this sort of thing, so that they're being made more of.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Would you like to tell everybody what happened to your schnoz?
My schnoz, this little cur.
Yes.
To be fair, I had 2 black eyes. They've gone.
Get into a fight. I'll leave you alone for 1 week.
Sponsored by Arnica.
And Vanish and Epsom salts.
Yeah, those are my and magnesium spray.
I have actually got some more of the
Nurofen.
Elemis muscle soak coming.
And Nurofen. I played rugby for the first time in nearly 3 years. So March 2020, just before we moved house, and just before the first lockdown was my last game. And partly due to COVID, partly due to relocating here, and also just losing interest in rugby, I haven't played. I'm now age 32, sprightly. I am one of the older players. I went back and played a game, and I was happy to find out that I still am able to play rugby.
And you got man of the match, didn't you?
But we lost. But
you got man of the match.
I got player of the match, but we lost by 9 points, which is very frustrating.
It's because your lucky charm wasn't there with you.
I felt great out there. I got a dead leg in the first 5 minutes, which did impede my game, but I feel broken now. So that is age. So lots of baths. Fortunately, we have a weekend of no rugby. Lots of Bamford oils, lots of Epsom salts, and a bit of evening gardening to get the body moving.
So funny how much you've changed since you last used to play rugby.
I know.
Pretty sure that you may not even have known what Bamford was last time you played rugby.
probably not. I mean, we hardly even knew. We went to Daylesford a couple of times in London, didn't we?
Yeah.
It's funny because there's 2 or 3 big cafes of Daylesford that we never really showed much interest in.
No.
And then as soon as we move out here, we're like their best customers.
Yeah.
Still hunting for that Daylesford Black card.
Come on, Lady B.
Yeah. But I know what you mean, devastation, but it's not that bad. We need to put these away.
Do
for
we?
The winter. Yeah, we do. Because we went for the natural. You can get the artificial version, which is actually more expensive, but I just don't think it looks quite as good.
No.
But equally, these do need to be protected all winter. But then this can stay out. I've noticed that the water feature's gone down a lot.
The birds have been having baths.
Well, no, it hasn't actually rained.
Wow, we need to stick the hose in it. Oh my gosh, look at these cosmos.
Look,
Can barely get through.
Look.
Ooh, oh, shish kebabs.
Look at that.
Oh my gosh, okay. Ooh.
They look quite rude.
You're rude.
How's your walnuts, mate?
I'm not the one with walnuts, you are.
I don't remember having walnuts like this last year.
Maybe the tree needed a trim so badly that it didn't even produce fruit last year.
I always thought, because we always said, oh, the squirrels got them, but clearly there's too many for the squirrels.
Wow, look at this dahlia. Look at this. I was looking at Lauren McDermott's Instagram, and she was saying that she's really glad that she grew autumn coloured dahlias, because obviously this is the time of year when you pick dahlias and you kind of want more autumnal colours in your house.
Oh, I see what you mean.
So I'm going to do that next year.
How long will these go for?
Until the first frost. So we've still got
We might
time.
have another couple of...
Yeah, I'm actually going to come and clip some now. Right, you collect them. I'm going to do one big hack of my cosmos and dahlias. Ooh, got a fresh artichoke coming through.
Raspberries to plant as well. We've got these 2 raspberries to plant.
Right. Gosh, my rainbow chard is getting wild. Any courgettes to pick? Oh, they're getting a bit rotten. Okay, I think this courgette plant is sad at this time of year because everything that you've put so much love... Oh my gosh, I can see the world's biggest carrot. Everything that you've put so much love into over summer just suddenly becomes a little bit messy and overgrown and unloved. Yeah, okay. Oh my gosh, look at that radish. This radish is like, someone notice me, someone pick me, because I am ginormous. About managed to complete my cosmos overhaul, and I was halfway through bringing my bits back to the shed and the heavens have opened. I'm just going to wait in here for a few moments, so I've got a feeling this rainstorm is going to pass. It feels like I'm in Singapore all over again, here in the safety of our very overflowing shed. Oh my gosh, I made a run for it and I am a soggy doggy. Now, excuse the mess in the background because I need to do some unpacking. I'm going to do some unpacking for half an hour. I'm not going to do what I did in Kefalonia and leave it for ages. So I'm going to put my timer on for half an hour and see how much unpacking / tidying I can get done. And I'd just begun unpacking when Charlie summoned me to approve something in the greenhouse. Oh, and I've got a very soggy doggy. Oh, my handsomest one. Okay, so while I was doing my pruning and cutting back, Charlie, oh.
Yeah, it's what happens when it drips through like it's not rainfall.
What have you done, darling?
It looks very wonky and not particularly happy yet. But basically we had that large pot in here, didn't we?
Yep.
And it did look really good until you decided you wanted the shelving there, which I actually think the shelving looks fab. I think you should go all the way along.
Maybe.
Personally. But we then realised we needed a smaller tree. So the lime tree, which we always thought was a lemon tree, right, has gone outside. Then obviously we're going to have to cover it in the winter. We did that last year and it was happy, so that's fine. And it does look, in a minute you'll hopefully show the view, but it looks really smart sat there now. And then this, we got this from Violet Grey, also where we got the table, sorry, not Violet Grey,
yeah,
it's Violet Grey decorative, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's cast iron, it's lovely. And then this is an organic lemon tree that we got from Daylesford. And this is an organic citrus compost, because of course that's something you don't always think of. You buy the plant organic, and you just need to make sure that everything you're using...
You got to keep feeding it organic.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it looks tidy, and then your shelving's going to come up to about here, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it'll sit over it. Hopefully this will fill this space. Obviously people watching will be probably thinking, oh, it's your mound, it's going to grow. Of course it's going to grow. I think we might try and contain the size of it, but it depends on how it does, but it might get to the point where...
Is it called espalier when you spread them out?
Well, I don't know. We'll have to research if you can sort of limit the growth of a lemon tree, because we want to keep it this size. One would assume if you prune it at the right time of year, it will still fruit, but it will maintain its size, because it'd be nice if it just sort of fills this gap.
Yeah.
And then you've got the bougainvillea, which you want to do on the other side, just as your sort of stable things. But obviously it will lose its leaves, will it?
No, don't think so.
Citrus tree loses its leaves? I know very little about this part of gardening.
Yeah,
so
me too.
I'm looking forward to learning it. But yeah, I think it looks a lot better, doesn't it?
It does. Looks lovely. Thank you, darling. Right, I'm going to go and do 15 minutes blitzing of unpacking before we make dinner. Cheers, mate. Good morning, my darlings. Today is the perfect autumn morning and it has instantly put me in such a wonderful mood. Got lots of really fun things that I want to do today. I know it's going to be one of those days where there's so much I want to do and just not quite enough time to do it all. But let me tell you what I would like to do today. First of all, so obviously I noticed yesterday that a few of my pumpkins in the patch are ripe and ready to be picked. So this morning I have been on the Cookie Dough website for Thermomix and I would like to make a pumpkin loaf, kind of like a banana bread, but the pumpkin version. And I'd really like to make a pumpkin risotto for lunch. That's the plan. I feel like today is going to be very pumpkin themed. I would also like to go to Glebe Farm across the way from us, across the field, to check out their pumpkin patch and also to share some Instagram stories. I always like to help spread the word about the Glebe Farm sunflower / pumpkin patch because, you know, they're neighbours. Support your neighbours, and it's a really amazing pumpkin patch in, to be honest, the most beautiful location. The views from the fields, I'm sure you guys will remember the sunflower fields, it's also the daffodil fields. Honestly, I think if you're coming to the Cotswolds between now and Halloween, you have to add the Glebe Farm pumpkin patch to your itinerary. So I'd love to pop down there, especially given this glorious weather that we're having. What else do I want to do? We're going out for dinner tonight with Robin. Ben is away in Denver for work, so we're going to take Robin out for dinner. I think we're going somewhere in Broadway, and this afternoon, I think on the way out there, we're probably gonna, potentially if we've got time, pop to Beaufort Garden Centre. Charlie's got a sports massage, so I will just wander around Chipping Norton, maybe have a look in some antique shops while he has his sports massage, and then we'll carry on to Chipping Campden and Broadway to get Robin and to go out for dinner. So a really, really lovely day. Hopefully some nice wholesome autumn baking. I would love to do some more gardening today because it's so glorious, but I just feel like I'm not gonna have time to do that. So without further ado, I also have to shoot some Instagram stories for the Amazon handmade project that I'm working on. So I'm just gonna do a little tidy up here in the greenhouse so that I can shoot that shortly. Having another very wild hair day because I used my heated rollers this morning because the rain last night made my hair go completely flat. So I've tried to add a little bit of volume and it always just goes a little bit crazy. And then I have got on another gorgeous snuggly knit from Beaufort Blake. I feel like this is pretty much my autumn cozy day at the house, baking, a little bit of gardening, but not the messy kind of gardening. Perfect outfit. I've got on leggings, a thermal vest on underneath. But what is the fabric composition of this knit? I knew it. 80% lamb's wool. That would explain why it is so soft and cozy, and how adorable are these little tulip motifs. It feels a little bit kind of Swedish in its design, and I just love a cardigan because then in the evenings, or if I love that I can just roll up my sleeves, get busy gardening or cooking. Yeah, so this is my, I love this little setup. How cute. This is my outfit of the morning. Might actually pop the jumper dress on that I wore briefly in Daylesford yesterday when we go out later on. But yeah, anyway, without further ado, let's go and pick some pumpkins and make something yummy. I think I might only need one for today, so this is the one we spotted yesterday where the stalk has gone brown, so I think this is my chosen pumpkin for today. I grabbed some beans as well to add into my risotto. Oh my gosh, it is such a gorgeous day. Wow, I need to deadhead my roses. Oh my gosh. I'm amazed that they're still coming through and I can actually smell them from here. Wow. I'm gonna do some deadheading later. Okay darlings, obviously I've only just started putting the table together, but I wanted to show you some of the gorgeous bits that I found on the handmade section of Amazon, and I am so happy with these velvet pumpkins. I just had a marketing email from Mrs. Alice and they are selling these pumpkins, a set of them, for £68. I paid way less than that from Amazon. I'll leave the exact ones linked down below. I think they are so gorgeous, and of course you can use them every year. They also have these on Mrs. Alice as well, and again for triple the price that I paid on Amazon. Other bits from Amazon Handmade, oh my gosh, also the napkins from Amazon, but they do sell out very quickly. These lovely gold leaf napkin rings were from the handmade section. I thought they were really lovely. And how gorgeous are these little place settings? Personalized maple leaves. I tried ordering a couple in the metallic and then a couple in the kind of wooden finish as well. I think I actually prefer the metallic, so I'll order a few more of those. And then this is a lovely pumpkin spice candle, and I just thought that the jar was rather adorable. And then the final thing that we're shooting for the handmade project are these little note cards. I thought they'd be really nice as little menu cards, and then afterwards you can keep them. I like this one the best, the little horse chestnut, and maybe even frame them as some nice artwork. Beautiful. But first we're going to make our pumpkin risotto, get that going in the Thermomix, and then we can finish off this tablescape and shoot some stories. Okay, so I don't trust myself to chop the pumpkin, so I've hired some help.
I don't know if I trust myself. There must be such things as like pumpkin knives, because this is one of my biggest knives.
Oh my god, just don't take any risks.
We almost need a meat cleaver. Wow. I think you just cut down the middle like this.
Just don't let it slip onto your hand, that is what I fear the most. Oh, okay, so it's not too hard, is it?
No, I mean, as I say, I think you then...
And then I just need it in slices like a melon. Just careful it doesn't slip on your hand.
If I put my hand here, then you can't really go wrong.
Okay, so once we've got this sliced, we're going to chop it and peel it.
It's not perfectly straight.
That's okay, it's going to be blended anyway. And then I'm going to follow the cookie dough instructions to make a pumpkin risotto. Well, my darlings, I didn't show you the latter part of creating the risotto, but probably not a recipe you want to copy. It looks a little bit stodgy. I think I may have overcooked the rice. Charlie rescued it with some spinach and some walnuts, but the table looks absolutely gorgeous. It looks really lovely with a mix of the ivy, the velvet pumpkins, got the place settings, the lovely scalloped mats, and I think these are just such a gorgeous way of marking out the place setting. And then we've used these little cards as menu cards, which I think is a really sweet idea. Lovely candle, which has already filled the entire greenhouse with a very autumnal pumpkin scent. So yeah, we're gonna sit in here and enjoy our pumpkin risotto. Please excuse all the clutter on the table. Not even sure what all of this is, but I just wanted to show you a little display of my Always Autumn flowers from Flowered, and to let you know that as of right this moment, they are back in stock. They do keep going in and out of stock based on availability, I believe, of the poppy seed heads. We're finding it a little bit harder to source lots of these this year, but I'm glad that the bouquet is proving popular. As with anything natural, there are always a couple of little variations. So this bunch, the hydrangeas, are more of like a pinky tone with these beautiful greeny leaves in there as well. I think they look so fresh. Whereas the first of my Always Autumn bouquets, it was more of a green and dark purple. These are now about 5 weeks old, about 5 weeks since the delivery arrived. They've now gone nice and crispy. If you don't have a clue what I'm talking about, this is one of the 2 displays that I designed with Flowered, and I just today posted a reel on how you can dry them out, so they will be everlasting, and I'll leave a link to them and my £10 off discount code down below. Let me know what you prefer, the deeper purple, and these are now dried out, these poppy seed heads, or the slightly more fresh spring ones. I don't know which I prefer, they're both so beautiful. I think it looks nice having a slightly smaller display in the entrance hall for a little while. A bit more subtle than my giant branch displays. Okay, my darlings, it is now a few hours later. I'm so glad I curled my hair this morning. Not, it has all completely dropped out. Actually, it's left a little bit of movement, so not all completely wasted. I have got changed for the 4th time today. I got changed back into the gorgeous jumper dress to shoot the stories in the greenhouse, and I might actually take the jumper dress with me to get changed into for dinner, because I just love the ability of expanding in a jumper dress. But I have popped on an outfit which is a little bit different for me, a little bit different for 2022 me, but this would have been my uniform in my kind of like 6th form days. A little bit preppy, a little bit kind of that kind of all-American polo player kind of vibe, horse riding, that kind of vibe. All head to toe Beaufort and Blake. In fact, I will spin you around in a second and show you. This shirt, I cannot describe to you how comfortable this is. I feel like a shirt and a pair of not too tight jeans is a real kind of classic countryside chic kind of outfit, and I have paired the look with my Saint Laurent riding boots, or like Western style boots. Not gonna lie, I was researching other potential places for us to stay while we are in Tennessee in November, and came across this particular place, which is a farm but also a stud farm, and I thought, I have to find some outfits which are perfect for the Tennessee vibes, and I feel like this is one that would be absolutely perfect. So the blouse, the shirt, is this really gorgeous soft material. You've got this square design. I've left it a little bit undone, but still smart and closed at the sleeves. Not sure if I should belt up these jeans or not. They fit me perfectly. I have got the size 8, and there is plenty of room here. They don't look too big, but there's plenty of room. Let me show you properly. But most importantly, it does mean that they are super comfy. I think it looks great with the boots. I think it's a really, really nice look. Really different for me, a little bit more kind of sporty than the looks that I would usually go for. I might add, in fact, I think I will need to add a gilet for some warmth.
Do you have that Aurelia lip balm knocking about? Do you have a spare one?
I've got by Terry.
Oh yeah, I'll take that. I prefer the Aurelia one, but by Terry will be okay. Where is it?
In the bag in there.
Are you laughing at?
Okay, I have added a belt. I'm not entirely sure if I prefer it with or without the belt. I don't know. I think actually I prefer it without the belt. And then, do we keep it a really nice light kind of look and go with my ultra cozy Sherpa cardigan like I was wearing yesterday morning? Oh, I'm so obsessed with this cardigan. I literally just want to wear it all the time. Just makes every outfit so comfy cozy. I feel like gilet is more appropriate for walking around Chipping Norton, so I think I'll leave this on for now, and I'm going to take the cardigan with me for heading into dinner a little bit later. Okay, we are going to hit the road. I think we're going to head to Station Mill, do a little bit of antiques browsing, so let's go. After a lovely scenic drive, as all the leaves are changing colour on the trees, we've come to our favourite antique centre. I've not been in a couple of months. When did you last come, darling?
I come like almost every week, don't I? I come here before I get my hair cut normally.
You're their most regular customer.
You paint that green, couldn't you?
That's absolutely gorgeous.
That's good value because you think, and then that you paint a nice Cotswold green.
If you're moving house, honestly, don't go to IKEA, go to an antique centre.
You get far more value than actually, to be honest.
Such better quality.
As we discovered this week,
it's
you can sell things on when you outgrow them for sometimes more than what
you paid for them. And this looks identical to my Nkuku one that I've got at home, and I bet it's a fraction of the price. Actually, not dissimilar. They always have some really good garden antiques in here as well. I think these on Violet Grey, darling, would be like £500 each. These kind of stone planters.
Yeah, I mean,
but that's her business. She finds them, she sells them online.
The thing with Carol of Violet Grey is you do pay premium, but she curates the highest quality pieces.
She does.
So we're
all right, shopaholic.
Trinkets today. But trust me, this in my office will look quite cool.
And what else?
In Sweden, and then these were used for like grade measures. Do you know what? Annoyingly, if it didn't have those gaps, it would be good for my Epsom salts.
And I found this old fire item, which I think is going to be good for compost, or as Charlie said, birdseed. Great.
Really? Yeah, quite pricey as well. I don't think we really need any more flowers.
Another little cold frame. How much is this one?
This is nice, actually. I mean,
really
you want
cute.
to repaint it. 325.
I don't know if it needs repainting.
I don't know. I think it could look quite cool in a Cotswold green or something.
Yeah, that's true.
But it would be. Thing is, if we didn't have the bed out the front of your greenhouse, it would just sit out the front and it would look quite cool.
Oh, it is adorable.
It's lovely.
I love it, but yeah, I don't really know.
We
what
don't really have a need for it. I mean, the thing is, if your mum was growing a bit more, I think focusing on the negatives, the one challenge with these is I could see this getting covered in birds. Whatsits. That's the only thing with these.
Oh dear. Oh dear. And Charlie is what, grade 2 trumpet, are you?
This is a trombone though.
Oh dear. So we're not going to get a rendition. Come on, I need to see you play. I've never seen you play a musical instrument before. I wouldn't even know how to put it together.
It goes like this. Actually, I don't even know. I've never played a trombone before. Isn't it like...
How?
Oh no, it's the other way, isn't it? I don't know. It's quite cool though.
Oh, I'm very disappointed.
Sorry, if we find a trumpet, an antique trumpet, I'll be able to play that.
Can't wait. If you ever visit Time and fall in love with their stone swans, you can nearly always find them in here. If you've got an orchard, then this could come in handy for picking lots of apples.
We've got 2 of these in a project we're working on.
They've already figured it out. You let it slip in a recent video.
I know, but anyway...
but if anyone is wondering what the delay is on Secret Project, it's a lack of a decent local plumber.
Well, it's a lack of a number of things, and my time. It's taken a long time. But anyway,
it's more of a renovation than the original Secret Project.
We'll get there with it, but this,
that's nice.
We've got 2 like this.
How much is that?
545, which is at higher end, because the thing you notice where there's real value is often you have this, which is nice, but it's not the authentic.
Yeah. How do you know? Oh, because the seat is...
leather.
Yeah, but I would prefer to sit on that than sit on leather.
Maybe. To be honest, this is really
Especially
nice.
if you're wearing a skirt, sitting on leather is not the one.
That we've already got. I'd be considering that because that is lovely. I love the colours.
These are gorgeous. Imagine if you're doing like a big grazing board for Christmas.
Yeah,
In fact, do we want one for Christmas?
Quite like that one.
A big cheese board. We could just give it to Lola because she loves doing cheese boards for Christmas.
I tell you what, we can have a real good clean up. I like the metal on it as well.
Yeah, let's get that.
That's cool.
Will we ever come here and not find something
I'll
wonderful?
just leave that there for a second while we do this area.
Yes.
For us. I don't know if it would really take the weight of a...
Who do we know that's having a little girl?
Oh my goodness. Well, we know that Chloe and Tom are.
Oh my gosh. Look at this mini greenhouse. Oh my gosh. Blacksmith made glazed cloche. Char, look at this. This is one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. So while Charlie and I won't be adding a swarm of bees to our property anytime soon, we have long wanted to have a beehive in our wildflower meadow as a visual item, but also as a compost bin a la Daylesford's inspiration. Just spotted a couple here. I think the more traditional shaped one is probably...
I prefer this.
Yeah.
And then obviously the lid comes off, so what we're going to do is we're going to paint it like more of a Cotswoldy green, I think.
But we'll have to paint it quite rustically.
Yeah, well I think we'll leave the white, some white coming through.
Yeah.
We can have a little play with it, and then we'll line it, and then we can use it as a compost bin.
Perfect.
So you can stick bits and stuff in there and then use it.
Fantastic. So you can collect that next time you come.
This is for my boule.
Your boule.
Yeah, I've got loads of lovely boule that we use in the garden in the summer, but we don't have anything strong enough to carry.
Oh, I see.
But this will be strong enough.
You could pinch one of them from Tesco. This has just given me some serious inspo for the greenhouse because it's not hugely urgent that I actually have a hanging light in there because it's nearly always the daytime that I'm using the greenhouse, and at night if I do want to have dinner or something in there I can always use my Pookie lights, battery powered ones. But how lovely to have an old ladder hanging from there. I could grow some real plants through it and hang some of my most used gardening items like the sieves, some baskets, a trug.
I think you can achieve both with the light and that personally.
I just think it's such a fun
Do
idea.
is a long, not lengthways of the room, but along do your sieves. So if you imagine your light is in the centre, and then width-wise have hanging and hanging. Do you see what I mean? So you'll
have to see how it looks when the shelves are in.
I think we'll see how it looks when your temporary light goes in.
Yeah.
I think you'll find that, like for example, the other night we went out at 5:30. We finished work a bit early.
Yeah, this time of year.
So
true. What have you got there?
I collect these books for the cottages. They're really cute. The Observer used to do them, and they're on like loads of random little subjects.
Insects.
But they're just really cute books. And they're quite nice, sort of, on a bookcase. They look quite nice, even if they're just for display. Look.
If anyone is in the market for a butcher's block, this is a beautiful old one for £400, which if you've started to do some research, you'll know is actually a really good price. I know it sounds mental, but they do go for so much. And this one is absolutely beautiful, aged metal on the edges. Gosh, that's gorgeous. We don't have a need for it, do we, darling?
No, we don't, but it is.
Would you not
lovely,
like get that out at Christmas or something?
Thing is, it's very heavy to be moving around.
Yeah.
It really needs to live as part of the kitchen. I've seen people design kitchens. I mean, really, the reason that this isn't perfect is you want more lengthways, like more length on it. But it's still nice.
Beautiful. If you are in the market for an outdoor garden table and chair set, this is incredible value. Stephanie was just telling us that in Bordeaux in France, sets like this go for 8,000 to 9,000 euros, and this table and chairs is $550, genuine late 19th century set. And of course you can leave it outdoors all year round. What'd you trip me?
Had a nice trip.
That is lovely, very autumnal. Nice. I really like that actually.
Do you?
Yeah, how much is it?
275, which is
for the
quite
painting.
reasonable. Yeah.
I love that. It's beautiful. Oh, does it come on the easel?
Yeah, we don't want it on that though.
Interesting.
So we have to get it reframed.
That's lovely.
Where? Yeah, I don't know why. I'm just this apartment is thinking it's quite a lot for something that I don't know.
Our loot for the day. Well, that was a very successful trip to Station Mill. We got some really, really gorgeous pieces, and I just put that antique cloche greenhouse cold frame on my Instagram. I'm sure one of you guys will be able to snap it up. Honestly, I feel like if I didn't have my Claverton cloches, it would have been a no-brainer, but just not sure that I need another cloche. Maybe I need another kitchen garden setup. But I'm just gonna sit here and do some work with my pom bears while Charlie has his sports massage, and then we're picking Robin up in just over an hour, and we're going to a place I think called Russell's in Broadway for dinner, somewhere that Charlie and I have wanted to try for a little while. But for now, I'm gonna do some editing.